everybody, welcome to the Vinyl channel. I'm that vinyl guy boss. I've been collecting vinyl for over 50 years and I'm bringing that experience to you. So that's part of my new opening. I don't know if you like it or dislike it or hate it or what, but leave a comment down below and let me know. But I wanted to add a little bit more to my opening, so hopefully I can do that. But also, I just got an email from YouTube just a couple days ago reminding me that I just passed my 8 years in the vinyl community, or 8 years since I've been putting up YouTube videos. That's a cool milestone. It's been a lot of fun over these 8 years. I have over 600 videos. I'm approaching 3,000 subs. I get a lot of people to comment and enjoy my content. Some people don't enjoy it. That's fine too. Let me know down in the comments, and it always helps me to improve. But anyways, I want to go ahead and do this video here, which is more like, for 8 years, right? So I'm going to do something that's fun. Let's do a fun video, right? So there's a lot of terms in the vinyl hobby that mostly hobbyists understand that somebody outside the hobby may not understand. And some terms are OG, acetate, EP, anti-skate, and of course the oldie but goodie, the plural of vinyl is vinyl. Hate to break it to you kids, but it's actually vinyls, but that's for another time. There's another term that's also interesting, and that term is Frankenstein. Now, you may or may not be familiar with the term Frankenstein. I have an example of here of what a Frankenstein is. So why not go ahead and just jump to it and tell you. So this evolves around the 1978 soundtrack movie, blockbuster movie by Christopher Reeve, also starring Gene Hackman and Margot Kidder. And we're talking about the 1978, matter of fact, let me get my OG pressing out here. OG, right, which stands for original. My OG pressing out here, which I have, is right here. So there it is right there. That's the OG pressing. Let me take it out of the plastic here, show you the cover. It has a little bit of ding down here at the bottom, but not a big deal. Okay. Has a little bar up here with the music titles, original soundtrack written on top, music composed and conducted by John Williams, and we have this awesome artwork right in the middle. I mean, who doesn't like Superman, right? Okay, and it comes. Is this an American pressing or Canadian? I think this is an American pressing, but there's the original Warner Brother label for, and it has 2 LPs. Okay, so this is the original 1978 pressing. So, and I am a big fan of Superman. I pretty much have most, if not all, the Superman movies, especially with Christopher Reeve on vinyl. So let me put this back in its sleeve here. So around 3 years ago, Mondo, and most of us probably know who Mondo is. Mondo is a company that they do a lot of things, but they deal a lot with soundtracks. And one big portion of what they do is they do reimagined artwork soundtracks. In other words, they hire somebody to come in and do new artwork, and then they create a soundtrack. And they put it out as a reissue, okay? So about 3 years ago during Comic-Con, Mondo on their website put up this. So this here is Mondo's version of the 1978 Superman soundtrack. I believe the music is the same. So it's also on 2 LPs. Artwork by DKNG. It says right there. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I'm going to go ahead and take this out as well real quickly. I'll leave that Mondo. I'll leave that that OB strip in there for now. By the way, well, I'll just show you this first. So that's the artwork. This is the back. Really nice. And now we have new artwork on the inside for the gatefold. Now they had 2 variants available on the website. They usually put these out around noon, at least noon Eastern time where I am. So, and that day I wasn't paying that close attention, but they made 2 variants available on this day. Matter of fact, I think this might have been because it was Comic-Con. I think they were staggering different releases on different days. It might not have been the typical day that they put out their releases, but regardless, they put out 2 variants. Black vinyl, which I ended up getting, which this one here is. It's in 2 black vinyl LPs, and it had a blue and white, blue and clear splatter variant vinyl. So within about 3 hours of this going on sale on their website, and I think it was all hush hush, that they didn't give us any warning. Within 3 hours, Mondo sold out of the blue and clear variant. By the time I found out about this, was around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I think it was over I think it was over maybe Facebook. I'm not really sure, but I found out that they're selling this the Superman reissue with the new artwork. I went out there and looked, and the blue and the clear was sold out, but they still had the black of vinyl. Well, I love Superman. I love this movie. I wanted it regardless whether it was the blue or the clear. I went ahead and bought a copy. And that's what this one here is. Let me go ahead and take it out here real quick, just so you can see. Let's see here, we have, this is what the black vinyl looks like. And you can see that the label's nice and cool. Okay, I went in and bought it on the black vinyl, and I got it in, and I tell you, this artwork is like amazing. I was very happy with this. Sometimes I'm kind of bored, not doing a whole bunch of things at home, just kind of playing on the web. And I said, you know what, I wonder how much of those original, those other ones, the blue and the clear swirl, were going for, because they sold out within 3 hours on the website. I bet you they're going for a lot of money on eBay in the secondary market. So I went out to eBay, and sure enough, they're going for like 4 times the price, like $110, $120 for the new ones. But I noticed somebody was selling something interesting. Somebody was selling the blue and the clear swirl vinyl, which they swear was new and unplayed, without the cover. Just the Mondo discs themselves with no cover. And it was not that expensive. I think it was maybe $30 with shipping. And yeah, I really was disappointed that I missed out on the blue and the clear swirl, or excuse me, splatter. So I went ahead and bought it. I went ahead and bought that. It came in the mail. And my initial thought was to go ahead and replace the black records and figure out what to do with the black records and put the blue and the clear splatter in with this cover right here, right? I mean, nobody would know that I replaced them, right? Except for this problem. And I realized this later after the blue and the clear splatter came in the mail. On the Obi itself, it says pressed on 2 black 180 gram vinyl right there. So that's kind of a mismatch, right? I don't mind. By the way, this is what a Frankenstein record is. When you're putting together records from different sources that aren't all the original sources. The disc aren't the original, or the inner sleeve isn't the original, or the cover isn't the original, or whatever you're doing. That's what a Frankenstein record is. It's putting together a record from the sources that aren't all the original sources. But I didn't want to have a mismatch like this, so I had these 2 records, and I thought, well, what can I do with them, right? Nobody was selling the cover by itself, so I had these 2 records. I figured, you know what? How much does an OG cover go for in really nice shape, in EX shape, right? I didn't care about the vinyl. I had the vinyl. I believe all the songs are the same, in the same order, but they're just the newer Mondo reissues, right? So I went out to Discogs, and I found one that had an EX cover and a VG record. I think with shipping it was less than $10, so it wasn't bad at all. So this is even much nicer than my other OG pressing. So this is the cover that came in the mail. I mean, it looks immaculate, right? It does have a cutout in the top. I didn't care about that, but this is like almost. I mean, this is in really nice shape. I was very happy with this when it came in the mail. And I tossed out the records. I didn't need VG records for anything. So again, the same gatefold. So what I did was I took, and they're right here, by the way. These are the. By the way, they're different ones. I forgot. One's in white and clear splatter, and one's in red and yellow clear. Actually, this is red. This is blue and white clear splatter, and this is in red and yellow clear splatter. So here are the two records here, okay, in these versions. So what I did was I went ahead and paired them with this cover. So that made a Frankenstein record. So that's what a Frankenstein record is, when you're mashing together, combining covers and records and inner sleeves that all don't match. That's what a Frankenstein record is. So that's pretty much going to be all for this video. Thanks for 8 years of watching and commenting, and I hope to be around for another 8 years. Again, I'm approaching 3,000 subs. I want to thank each and every one of you who have subscribed to my channel. But that's it. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.